life. But at first, I didn't like him at all. You know, I didn't. I thought he was like, you know, I didn't like him because, you know, Sean and I were very different that way. You know, I was very like family oriented and a kind of a, you know, the married type. You know, I was actually, when we first worked together in the video, I was married, even though I was going through problems, nobody knew that, you know what I mean? And I wanted my family, even though at that time it was not going well, you know what I mean? That was who I was, that's how I was.
The two kept in touch over the next few years, and when Jennifer left her marriage, they became much more than just friends.
Once I got to know him, and, you know, we became friends first, and then we developed this bond. We both understood where we were at that time in our lives, and we both knew nobody else understood exactly how we felt. So sitting there, being handcuffed to a bench, and, you know, I do remember feeling the comfort of someone caring about you enough that, you know, they just wanted to make it okay and couldn't believe that we were in this situation and how to...
Is this the one you were talking about who just cheated on you and treated you horribly and you just stuck it through?
No, not that one. That was another one.
And what about Sean Combs, Puffy P. Diddy, the man who courted controversy, if not outright danger? He always seemed to be the one in control. We wondered, looking at the girl on the red carpet, who was she? Was she afraid?
No. I don't think she was afraid. I just think that I, at that time, was cared very deeply for Sean, and you know, we just didn't have the same kind of ideals about life and family and stuff like that, and it just wasn't a good relationship for me. It didn't have so much to do with him as it had to do with me at the time. I had to learn to care about myself a little bit more and put up certain boundaries of what I would accept and wouldn't accept.
Lauren has showed up against rapper Kanye West, and she's suing him for wrongful termination and harassment. Earlier this month, her legal team filed an amended complaint saying she was and sexually assaulted at a party co-hosted by Kanye West and Sean Diddy Combs. Have you heard of him? Of course, because we have been following the Combs case very closely here on Sidebar. He was actually back in court last Thursday, as we reported.
Kanye West's ex-assistant is now accusing him of drugging her and raping her. Lauren worked for Kanye from 2021 through 2022 as a personal assistant. Lauren, who is now an influencer and was a former OF model, said that Kanye had sought out her and her former musician client, inviting them to a party that Kanye and Diddy were hosting. And according to the 88-page lawsuit, Kanye had told everyone at the gathering that they had to drink or leave the party. And after taking just a few sips, she suddenly started to feel disoriented and began to slip into an altered and highly impaired state. The next day, Lauren says she couldn't remember events from the night before and she felt ashamed and embarrassed. And Lauren's musician client, who was not identified in court papers, was too traumatized and disturbed to speak about the night, according to the lawsuit. Lauren could not recall and was certainly not aware of any kind of SA that happened to her or her former client. And it was not until Kanye had fired Lauren that he had admitted to her that they had hooked up, allegedly. And according to the lawsuit, it says Kanye was enraged about a text exchange that had happened between him and his ex, Kim Kardashian, and he mentioned that Kim made a negative comment about Lauren, whom she thought that Kanye had cheated on her with. And according to the suit, Lauren had told Kanye that she wanted to write to Kim Kardashian to let her know that that was not true and clear things up. But Kanye stopped Lauren from sending the text and told her, "We did kind of hook up a little one time." And according to the suit, Kanye went on to say that it was the party where he hooked up with Lauren after she had been drugged. Lauren said the revelation was widely devastating and uncomfortable, and she told Kanye she was in complete and utter shock and that she had no memory of the encounter, and she didn't remember anything after sitting down on the couch at the beginning of the night. According to the suit, Kanye had laughed and said women love to say they don't remember. And these new allegations were filed on Tuesday, and they were just added to her already existing wrongful termination and SA lawsuit against Kanye. The initial claims Lauren had made against Kanye are still included in the lawsuit, and she alleges that West sent inappropriate texts to her and shared his fantasies with her and sent X-rated photos and videos of himself. Lauren also said that he had promised her millions in severance when he fired her in October of 2022, but she never received the money and was also still owed money from her salary. Kanye's lawyers slammed her lawsuit when it was initially filed as baseless and alleged she's been blackmailing Kanye.
Y'all, things are going berserk in Diddyville, and this downfall is not just coming from him, but for everybody associated with him. Now picture a scene with Diddy, J-Lo, and Kanye all bundled up together behind a police van that looks to be what's about to happen to these celebrities, with the shocking revelation that has just rocked the internet and has newfound footage. Could Ben Affleck, J-Lo's ex, be a part of these crimes as well? Y'all better get ready to uncover the real truth behind the famous celebrities and their connection with Diddy Combs. Now J-Lo and Diddy go way back in time and will always be remembered as one of the hottest couples that have ever been in the industry. Diddy was already a big dog in the industry back in the 90s, and J-Lo, Miss Jenny from the block, also got a lot of attention that she deserved for her voice, charisma, her dance moves, and our bright personality. The fans gushed over the duo for years, and they were truly a match made in heaven. Back in 1999, Diddy still went by the name Puff Daddy, and in his second studio album, Forever, he was seen jamming up the streets all day ear day. On the other hand, J-Lo was yet to have her debut in the music industry and was only popularly known as an actor and dancer. She had featured as a vixen in one of Diddy's music videos, being around the world, and had just starred in the blockbuster movie Selena.
On the horizon. Jennifer Lopez, meanwhile, was better known as a dancer and actress. 2 years earlier, Lopez appeared in Diddy's Been Around the World music video and starred in the biopic Selena.
This turned out good. Susie did a good job.
Yeah, I dig it. I like it if you like it.
I like it. It looks good.
Her portrayal of Selena Quintanilla Perez marked a stepping stone to music, followed by the release of her debut album, On the 6th. In addition to serving as one of the album's producers, Diddy was featured on the track Feelin' So Good. He was also heavily involved in the music video for Lopez's lead single, If You Had My Love, suggesting a website theme as the that Diddy was dating Lopez, whose marriage to Ohani.
So after her big Hollywood break, people believe that Diddy saw her music progress and decided to give her a shot in the music industry. With this, he produced her first studio album on the 6th and was heavily involved in shooting the video for her lead single, If You Had My Love. Now, although rumors about her entanglement with Diddy had already started making rounds across the industry, J-Lo was still married to her husband, Oni Noah, who was a model, actor, and producer. Towards the tail end of 1998, J-Lo and Noah called their marriage off as they went about their separate ways. When J-Lo was asked about her marriage to Noah, amongst others, she said, "It seems like in this life you're always surrounded by people, so you're never lonely, but it's very lonely, so you always want somebody with you. So I felt like if I had got married, then I would always have somebody, but that's not how life works. That's not how it goes. A bad reason to get married, not the right one, the wrong one." So Diddy and J-Lo wasted no time in getting loved up. Even though they denied a couple of times that they were together, everybody could read between the lines, and the handwriting on the wall and the signs were all there. We knew it. They became officially public in 1999, attending several events such as the MTV Music Awards and the Grammys. You know, it was the perfect love story. Industry big ad, and the hottest girl on the scene. They were adorable and untouchable, and no one could stop them. Well, that was the thought until the end of 1999 when tragedy hit. But y'all remember, in December of 1999, Diddy and his lover J-Lo went out to a famous party at the Club New York alongside Bad Boy record Siggy and Diddy's protege Jamal Shinboro and J-Lo's bodyguard at the time, Anthony Wolf Jones. The night was going on smoothly until the worst happened. Matthew Scar Allen, who was walking past Diddy in the club, spilled his drink on him, and this caused an argument to break out between the two. In the course of this, Scar threw some cash in Diddy's face, and the outrage got even worse. It was a battle of egos, with both Diddy and Scar felt insulted by each other. The whole club was in an uproar. Then shots fired in and outside the club, while J-Lo and Diddy ran for shelter into their car and quickly drove away. He was trying to tell Scar, "I can buy you several bottles to replace the one I poured." Apparently Scar also took that as an insult And there were also reports that said at the time that Scar threw fat rubber-banded stacks at Diddy, so now there were two men trying to prove a point, and while money was being thrown around, it was a quick payout for clubgoers as people in the club grabbed for the money. The only problem was that when the Battle of the Eagles was going on, the conflict also quickly escalated. Rounds went off, 3 of the club's patrons were injured, and Natalia was hit right in the face. When things became dangerous, Jay and Diddy sped away in a 1999 Lincoln Navigator but ran a red light and were pulled over by the police. Based on police reports, they were in possession of a stolen 9mm, which was found in the trunk, and they were both arrested for possession. Y'all know what they say, you can run, but you can't hide. They beat the traffic light and were eventually caught by the police. In association to the breakout at the club, it was alleged by the investigators that 3 people lost their lives in the fight, while numerous others were injured. The NYPD found a gun in their car, which was reportedly linked to Diddy. The couple got arrested, and while Jala was released after an hour, Diddy was detained and only acquitted after more investigations went down. However, one person was unlucky that night, Shine, who was present at the party and who got arrested with the couple. He was questioned and then tried in court. He was found guilty and sentenced to 10 years of time for attempted murder. In Shin's recent interviews in the wake of Diddy's recent charges, Shine specifically mentioned that Diddy did destroy his life. Basically, he said he took the fall for Diddy in 1999, and the person who he regarded as a mentor testified against him. Y'all talk about a crazy betrayal. Well, Shine, who was now a politician in his hometown, believes. He stated that although Diddy had done what he did to him, he still didn't have any ill feelings toward him. He said he wouldn't wish his worst enemy to be in prison, and that's valid from him, speaking from his own experience of.
The cold hard facts are, this was not someone who I vacationed with and who he and I enjoyed this great intimate relationship of brotherhood. This is someone who destroyed my life and who I forgave and who I moved on. This is someone that destroyed my life, but do I take any joy or any satisfaction with what he is going through? Absolutely not. I am different than maybe other people. No one needs.
But did y'all think that this whole saga ended what Diddy and J-Lo had going on? Or you have never been more wrong. The duo went out and about doing their thing in the industry. They attended the 42nd Grammy Awards in February of 2000, and y'all, they look nice and hot together. In fact, J-Lo's green versus dress from the end still stands as one of the most iconic outfits to have graced the industry's red carpet. On the outside, they looked as perfect could be, but things were getting super heated on the inside. So as a couple, Diddy and J-Lo attended numerous events together. Top of their list were their famous industry all-out parties, which Diddy himself hosted every year from 1998 to 2009. Of course, J-Lo was fully present at these parties with her Wu-Tang before the charges against Diddy were read in September 2024. We all thought that these Diddy all-white parties were just for fun and glam. In fact, Diddy had mentioned that the reason he made the dress code all white was to close up any industry gaps and let everyone feel on the same level. That sounds like a pretty good reason to throw a party, right? Well, bringing celebrities together to unwind and all of that. Well, that was not the major reason behind these parties. Diddy had the craziest ideas, and everybody who attended became his accomplice. There's
reality behind Diddy's freak-offs. Yes, celebrities would literally brag every chance they got if they were invited to a Diddy party. But recently, some eye-opening photos from a 2004 bash in Miami have resurfaced, exposing just how wild things could really get. Celebrities like Will Smith, Diana Ross, and Owen Wilson mingled while a nude woman served as the centerpiece on a food platter. Surprisingly, the guests seemed completely unfazed, snacking casually around the party. Diddy was always the life of the party, without a clue that his wild lifestyle would have serious consequences down the road. Fast forward to today and the vibe has shifted dramatically. Even his infamous white parties, which were then considered legendary, have now been exposed. Diddy is currently facing serious charges, including trafficking and hearing, and is behind bars now. With bail requests denied, it's a scary reminder of how quickly things can change. Diddy's once glamorous parties have now become a chilling backdrop which can incriminate every major celebrity we know.
Now in September 2024, the feds raided Diddy's Miami Beach house where most of his parties took place, and all that they found still has everybody speechless. Y'all, Diddy wasn't just throwing them parties. For fun, allegedly, Diddy was spying on everybody as he lured them into doing some nasty stuff together to each other. And to younger people, the feds found about 1,000 bottles of baby oil lubs and hidden cameras in every room in his house. Y'all, Diddy and creepy sure sound very similar right now, but here's the real tea. People who had attended these parties mentioned that there were some rooms and drinks that were only reserved for certain people, and these same rooms had cameras all around. They also hinted that a lot of unprintable and disgusting things went down at these parties. Khloe Kardashian, who was one of the attendees at the freak-offs, said she was at Diddy's party and everybody was but naked. I'm going to leave y'all to your thoughts on the nastiness that probably went down at these freak-offs.
Kardashian exposing a Diddy party.
A bunch of my friends. Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber, so far French Montana. Do you even know half the people you're naming?
No.
We didn't go to bed. I haven't been to bed yet.
You haven't? I want to be Khloe when I grow up, Court.
I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Go to this party. I think half the people there were butt naked.
Well, let's get back to J-Lo real quick. Okay, being Diddy's girl at the time, J-Lo had attended these freak-offs and definitely saw the things going on there with the cameras found in Diddy's house. There's certainly decades of footage in those cameras, and one of them certainly has J-Lo's face. However, is it just J-Lo, though? Which other celebrities need to be scared for their lives right now? Let's talk about one of them. Y'all, aside from Jay-Z and Beyonce, who were pretty close to Diddy, Kanye West was also one of Diddy's closest associates. Now Diddy and Kanye go way back in time with their friendship. Diddy once acknowledged that Kanye helped him find his love for hip-hop again after a while. Well, Kanye also mentioned that Diddy was such a big influence for him and that even influenced him to marry his ex-wife Kim Kardashian. Despite all of these positive words, Kanye and Diddy have had such a rocky relationship over the past years. After Kanye's controversial t-shirt and the tag White Lives Matter hit the internet, the Diddy and Kanye beef began. However, Kanye mentioned in an interview that Diddy was his idol.
Stay rich, never gonna, you know what I'm saying? You never see this man in no Vans. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's just keep
He's
it
also
rich.
he's good.
Well, he's always been rich at all
like
times.
this. He was like this. He was doing the puppy dance. Remember?
Puff is my idol, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, Diddy and Ye were close. They were business partners and colleagues who even shared studio sessions together. However, as it is with every other person associated with Diddy, Kanye has been dragged into his filth. So one of the ladies who accused Diddy of assaying her in his studio was Lauren Piotta, who was Kanye's former personal assistant. Now, earlier in the year, Lauren already sued Kanye for harassment, wrong termination, and breach of contract. However, just a few days ago, her lawyers released an 88-page complaint refiled by Lauren, where she not only accused Kanye but Diddy as well. She alleged that Kanye harassed her and forced his way into her without her consent. She pointed out one of the scenarios where this happened, where Kanye invited her to a studio session at Diddy's studio. Y'all, Lauren didn't walk out the same way she came in, and she was given a drink which had some substance that got her unconscious in the studio. Next thing she knew, she woke up somewhere else without any clue about what happened the night before. According to Lauren, she didn't think anything unusual had happened and thought she just got drunk. And that was all until Kanye gave her the shock of her life. Kanye directly told her that they had hooked up the night before, and she couldn't believe herself. Not only did they get her unconscious allegedly, but also had their way with her. Y'all, does this ever get any better with these men? They keep doing stuff that just makes you sick to your stomach.
Mogul Sean Combs is facing a new wave of lawsuits tonight after 2 women and 4 men accused the rapper of sexual assault. One of those men claims he was a minor at the time. The accusers are all part of what their attorneys say is a group of more than 100 alleged victims who are in the process of taking legal action against Combs. So far, he has pleaded not guilty to all criminal charges and remains behind bars as he awaits trial. Meanwhile, rapper Kanye West is being sued by a former assistant. The woman says that she was and sexually assaulted during a recording session involving both Kanye and Sean Combs. She claims that she was given a drink laced with an unidentified drug. She alleges West confessed to their encounter much later, leading her to quit her job. The former assistant says she was also fired and never received the $3 million in severance owed to her by West. Kanye's legal team has not responded to that.
All the cameras in Diddy's home are one of the secret weapons that the feds have to take Diddy and everyone that ever got close to him down. J.Lo, who was Diddy's lady, and Kanye, who went from just knowing Diddy and the celebrity to becoming besties with him, are certainly going down with him on this time around. The story already hit J.Lo as her marriage with her husband Ben Affleck has come to an end. The couple, whom the fans named Ben Affleck, have been on and off for years with their relationship, and finally got married in 2012 too. However, before their marriage, J.Lo and Ben became an item in 2023 and got the fans buzzing. This was in the wake of the tabloid, so there were a lot of eyes on their relationship. But moving on to 2002, they got engaged, and the tabs got even more obsessed with their relationship. But sadly, they called up their engagement in 2004, but in 2021, the duo reunited after they split from their former partners and were stronger than ever. They got engaged again in 2022 and got married in the same year. But all of this has come to an end with the Diddy headlines making these new rounds. The question on everybody's mind is what really happened to this marriage. Did Diddy's case play a major role in their separation? Now, y'all remember when the cameras were found in Diddy's home, and they contained footage of these freak-offs with celebrities all over the area, right? Well, let all allege that J.Lo's role in these parties were fully captured and they were shown to her ex-husband Ben. In fact, it is speculated that the major reason behind Ben Affleck's split was because of the unprintable things Ben said J.Lo did in those tapes, which left him disappointed in his former wife, and he wasn't able to look at her the same way. Former record label boss Suge Knight alleged that the FBI guy called up Ben to show some tapes to his wife at the Diddy parties. This is the sole reason for their current divorce. He said that Ben is a good, loving man living a good life and legacy for his kids, so to be a part of such a crazy mix is not what he's trying to do right now, but better to be safe than sorry, and that's why Ben pushed for the divorce, even with J.Lo's pleas for him to reconsider. Now we know for sure that this is just the beginning of the whole shake of that is hitting the industry. More celebrities are allegedly going to get exposed, according to attorney Tony Busby, who mentioned that the world will be shocked by the claims they have on their list. However, due to the sensitivity of the case, the feds will take their time before making it public. The comments on this story have been wild, and everybody has their 1 cent or 2 cents to say about it. Let's see what some of y'all have to say in the comments. This person says, what was Ben Affleck thinking when he got back with and ultimately married her? He's no angel either, since he's an alcoholic and likes his privacy. She, on the other hand, loves being in the public eye. A mess in the making. Another person said she thought she was untouchable, but the past always catches up to you, and Ben does not want his name connected to this problem of epic fallout. She better come clean now. Well, looks like nobody's safe. Everybody who's as much as said hello to Diddy might be going down with him, but it looks like y'all saw this coming. But what do you think? What role did J.Lo playing these freak-offs? Will Kanye and J.Lo be the next to go down after Diddy? Will Diddy rat out his former lover and industry brother Diddy? Let me know your thoughts in comments below, and stick around for the next video.